Do you want to make video games and join the game industry like a rock star, which means start at a high joining salary, and by that I mean around 7.5 lakh rupees per month, or that is 60 to 65,000 rupees, or even much more. I know people who have joined their first job in game dev at 1 lakh rupees per month. It is very much possible, and in this video I'm going to tell you a 7-step process that you can follow to get that high joining salary. So let's go. My name is Rahul Sehgal. I'm the founder of Gamer to Maker, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel and hit that notification button so that you don't miss any of my content. Now, starting off in the game industry strong is really important, because even if you're making 25,000 rupees a month extra in your first job, it means that in a year you've got a lot more money in your pocket. And it also means that if you want to go to 1 lakh, if you want to go to 2-3 lakhs, if you want to become a lead, you want to become a director, you want to get into leadership positions, you want to really move fast, if you make a stronger start, you're going to get there faster. I know people who have joined at 25k a month and stayed there for a long time. They have a lot of difficulty progressing because they make a slow start. So now let's get started. First step of being a game dev rockstar is that you have to choose a role. Now, as you know, there are several roles at a game studio, such as a game designer, artist, programmer, tester, producer, product manager, data analyst, sound engineer, and project manager. Now, these are the mainstream roles. These are the roles that everybody knows about. These are the roles that you will find on any job site, and these are the roles that most people know about. But however, the second step of this is that you have to specialize. There are actually some specialized roles in the game industry which are subsets of these main roles, and that is where the money is. That is where the fast growth is. So for example, as a game designer, you can be a level designer, which is someone who actually creates the game world, creates levels, and as a level designer you have a much better chance of getting a higher salary. Also, as a programmer, you have several different disciplines, but one of the specializations is, for example, AI, which is artificial intelligence programming. Now, this is a role which is in great demand. So when you're joining, if you have some specialization in AI, you have a much better chance of getting a higher salary. Now, let's talk about art. In art, for example, if you're a 3D character artist, now these people this is a very high skilled branch of art, and the demand there is high and the salaries are significantly higher. So remember, specialization is really important. And by the way, if you want to know about all these specializations, and if you want to know how you can actually build skills for these specializations, I've got some good news. I have a live which I'm doing on Monday, 14th of March at 8 p.m. Register for this and you will learn directly from me as to how you can become a game dev rockstar and start with a really good salary. So the link to register is in the description of this video. Do it right now. Next, now that you've decided a specialization, what next? You have to build your skills. You have to make sure that you learn the tools that you need, what techniques, what hacks and workflows you need for that specific skill. So for example, I started off as a game designer, but I specialized in level design. That was something I did straight off from my game school, and that helped me to get a much better salary in my first job. So the question is, how do you build these skills? And the answer is through a project. The only way to learn how to make video games, as I tell all my students, is through actually making a game. So if you want to build your skills, specific skills, the best way to do that is by actually participating in a game project and doing those skills in a video game. Next step is build your portfolio. Now, it is super important to have an awesome portfolio if you want to get that rockstar salary. Remember, if you don't have a strong portfolio, you can forget about that. It's actually going to be difficult to even find a job in the game industry without a portfolio. But if you want to go that extra mile, you have to make an awesome portfolio. Also, guys, if you want to know all about portfolios, you can watch this video right here, which I have made specifically on the topic of portfolios. Alright, so you built your portfolio. What next? You have to showcase and present yourself. This is a vital step, because you have to actually have a really good resume, you have to have a killer LinkedIn profile, and you actually have to be able to talk well. Remember that you're going to be facing someone on camera, there's going to be interviews, and there's going to be a test. You're going to be talking with the actual game team. So you need to be able to talk, you need to have confidence, you need to be able to dress well. You don't need to have to look like Brad Pitt, right? But you have to make sure that you're presentable, you have confidence to present yourself, and the package that you present to the people who are going to hire you actually has to be professional. This means you have to have a strong personal brand on social media. And this is a very vital second last step in actually getting a high paying job in the game industry, right? Next super important step is build your network. Remember that in the game industry, 70 to 80% of hires get done because of references. These jobs don't even make it out on LinkedIn or on job sites. What happens is that if I want somebody from my team, I want a 3D artist, for example, I'm going to tell the guys in my team, hey guys, can you find someone, find a friend? They'll call out their friends who are working for other companies, their batchmates from college, and say, hey, there's an opening in my team. Are you interested? They'll send their resume over. The person in my team gives it to me as team lead. I look at it. If I like it, I'll call HR directly and say, hey, can you call this person for an interview? That person comes in and it gets interviewed, and that's it, right? This is how most hiring in the game industry goes. So if you want to get those top jobs, those specialized jobs, those high salaries, you have to build your game industry network. You can't just sit at home and be waiting for things to come to you. This means that you have to join a good course, make sure that you go to conferences, exchange emails, get to know people, help people. It's a whole big thing to build your game industry network, and it's really, really important. Next up, the last but most important step. Why is it the most important? Because you can do all these things, and then if you falter at this step, it's all gone. And this step is negotiate salary and terms. Now, it's not just about the money, but it's also about things like benefits, bonus, leave. It's about your insurance. It's also about how much notice period I have. That makes all the difference when you join any job, not just the game industry. And you have to know how to talk to people. You have to know your worth, and you have to make sure that you follow a process to get the best possible salary and terms when you join the game industry. Now, this is not an easy process. It's not something I knew overnight, but I've learned it myself, and I mentor my students in Gamer to Maker to actually follow this process quite successfully. I've helped people to join 7.5 lakh rupees and even more in the game industry. If you want my mentoring, if you want my help with this, do make sure that you check out the Gamer to Maker course. The link is in the description of this video. So thanks very much for watching, and I will see you on the Discord server if you want to be part of a game dev community. Once again, the link for this is in the description. If you have any comments, if you have any requests for any content you want, do let me know. I will see you on Discord. Let's go.